I'm here with Bartek. You want to look at me?
Yeah, well, hello.
Can you give a short introduction about yourself, who you are, where you work, and what you do?
Sure, my name is Bartek and I recently moved to Google. I work at Google. I love open source and distributed systems and all the things about development and software engineering. And I maintain lots of open source projects, including Prometheus and Thanos. And I also recently wrote a book. It's called Efficient Go because I love Golang, and I think more people should write more efficient code in this language.
Amazing. What was your first open source contribution? Do you remember it?
Yes, I remember.
How did it come about?
I remember a lot because I'm kind of grateful for all the people who helped me to get there. Every time I make a contribution, I just think, okay, well, how I was feeling, when I was starting, and I started with Mesos, honestly, and Mesos was this orchestration system that was kind of before Kubernetes.
Yeah,
kind of got deprecated now, but I get amazing kind of mentors from Mesosphere. Hello Nick, maybe you remember me, but he was patient, patient around my reviews and checking all of them, making sure not doing silly mistakes and so on. So that was my first contribution to Mesos generally, and this is what my eye-opening how it is different and how many people are impacted by that, and I really love that. So that was 2017.
What do you think about good first issues? Did you see in a lot of different repositories? What are your thoughts on that? Do they help to get people onboarded?
Oh yeah, you mean for example putting labels and labeling issues as a good first issue, right?
Yeah.
No, honestly, no, I don't think so, because the thing is, it's not sustainable, right? Like we, as a maintainers, and I'm maintaining a lot of projects, we don't have time to look on the issues, which one is a good first or which is not. I guess we should do more work on that and triage better those issues, but it's not. So you have to be really a proactive contributor and don't focus on those good first issues, but have a different mental model. Like I would suggest you to really focus on how you can provide value, and then what's your passion? What do you think people want to do? And try to not fix the issue, not close the issue, because usually they are super involved and super complex. Try to just move it forward. Maybe help with some bit of the research, maybe help of 10% of this issue to implement 10%, not everything, and block the whole feature. And it's also super hard. So try to slowly contribute by progressing some kind of things forward, and producing either code or documentation or even discussion bits, but not closing things. And then and follow your passion. I want to learn about containers, then maybe you look on issues related to that. So you really focus on value. Don't maybe just focus and narrow only on those kind of good first issues that might be not well balanced or not well triaged.
Totally.
I don't like them. Yeah.
Awesome, great opinion. Last question. What do you think is broken in the open source world, or at specific projects, a specific type of projects, and what would you do to fix it? If you could be completely, if anything was possible.
Oh man, All right, so I'm kind of talking tomorrow about this topic, right? About how to make sustainable software. So I would really love to, show the fact that how to make this open source, any project sustainable. So having it valuable for a long period of time, right? So there are lots of mistakes that people are doing around, trying to monetize too hardly the project, or changing the license, or kind of making this instability because they have maybe wrong expectations to the open source, right? Maybe they were kind of trying to really just monetize people, and then suddenly they change the license because somebody or competitor is using them, right? But then why you were open sourcing that in the first place? So this is really puts open source in a really bad state when projects, especially recently, are changing the license, because no one trusts, or it's harder to trust open source nowadays because is this project kind of change tomorrow and I won't be able to use it, right? So there are kind of lots of problems around stability. We need to focus that the open source project to be long term, to be focusing on kind of making the world better. And sure, you can monetize parts of it, but you have to put the boundary how much you want to monetize, because at some point there will be always competitors, and you always have to provide some value as a company, as a business. You cannot just suddenly take your project back because you earned you earn, for example, appreciation and demand, and you just take the project out of the open source. So this is more the most harmful thing I don't like about open source. So we need to make sure they are more stable. Maybe there are more foundations that are helping to maintain those bits, mentor others, mentor new maintainers, but also mentor new employees of normal businesses, employers that actually care about open source, and convince employer that we have to kind of be helpful outside as well.
Who's that mentoring? Who's the responsibility of the mentoring, you would say?
Everybody's. Right?
Everybody, yeah.
I mean, I kind of have fun with that a lot. Like in Thanos and Prometheus, we were mentoring like, 30 people for the last 3 years. There are lots of cool mentoring projects around Google's GSOC, LFX, so Linux Foundation has its own, and outreachy. So you can, if you have like literally 2-3 hours a week, you can mentor others. Not only fix your issues, not only help others, but also maybe prepare a next generation of the helper, of the contributor. So I think it's kind of underestimated, and I'm trying to push mentoring in my team at Google as well, and try to make sure we are helping others, because again, you are learning on the way as well, right? So I think we should be more happy.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you
so much for your time.
Thanks.